There are two masters which guide human decisions, both dictating what will be done and what should be done. These are pain and pleasure. The principle of utility is the principle which judges actions according to how much the actions affect the happiness of the parties involved. By utility is meant the properties of an object which either produces pleasure or pain. Utilitarianism is a framework which operates for the greatest number in society. Bentham refers to the community, a fictitious body which is composed of individuals who are its members. To find the interest of the community is a simple matter on the face of it. It is entirely based on the members of the community, where the interests of the larger number will be said to be the interests of the community. To better understand the interests of the community, we must first understand what is meant by the interests of an individual. This is fairly simple. Something is for the interest of an individual when its utility adds to his pleasures or diminishes his pains. When an action has the tendency to produce a greater amount of happiness than it does to diminish it in a community, it is said to be in line with the principle of utility. Think about how this applies to any group setting: school, business, government. When you are in a position dealing with multiple agents, you may find it difficult to strategize a way to control them and push your initiatives. However, if you can justify that your position serves a utility, that is to say, that what you want to do will produce more happiness and pleasure for everyone involved, or even if that is not the case, that you can make them believe that you will reduce their suffering or pain, you will not need to appeal to everyone. You can control large groups as long as you appeal to only 51% of them. When trying to control people, agents use words like ought, right and wrong, but these without justification from utility are empty words. Recall the two sovereign masters of humanity, and when you speak, you must say that it is an action which ought to be done, or ought not to be done, because it serves the principle of utility. Nobody will deny your position if you can prove to them that what you are proposing will either increase their happiness and pleasure, or reduce their suffering and pain. Thus these words, ought, right and wrong, now have some meaning that individuals recognize. As I previously stated, individuals make up the community, and so appealing to individuals in this way is where you must start. Every person, no matter how intelligent or perverse, operates on this principle, often unknowingly. It is an undeniable law of humanity. Whenever somebody attempts to combat the principle of utility, it is without their conscious awareness, and they act from a place rooted in this very principle, only they have misapplied it. Should anybody try to oppose your actions, they are supporting a principle which is hostile to all the rest of the human race. How can you deny wanting to inhibit suffering? Should they find an argument which does challenge your position, be sure to let your targets hear how there are many standards of right and wrong. Ask them how they can be sure that something which is right today may not, without the least change in its nature, be wrong tomorrow. Ask them then, when 5 agents have said, "I like this," and 1, "I don't like this," how they can have anything more to say. Contemplate on these matters thoroughly.